Hey, how you doing, listeners? This is Gina Versa. This is another episode of the Waffle Press podcast. We're joining you on this lovely morning. We have a very full panel today, but we're gonna do our best to introduce everyone right now. It's a special Q&A of a film from my alma mater, from the Asylum. We have this movie, Devil's Triangle, directed by our good friend Brendan Petrizzo. Let's just introduce everyone, because this, if anyone's watching on YouTube, this is a full house. So to my right is my co-host and cohort, Diego Crespo. How are you doing, Diego?
Oh, I'm doing amazing. I'm freezing in Southern California, which isn't, a different feeling, but that's not what we're here to talk about today. We're here to talk about tropical weather, the ocean, sea monsters, and the whole lot of stuff. Yeah. Thanks for setting this up, Gene. I'm really excited to get into this.
Yeah, excited too. I wore my tropical shirt just for the occasion.
See, the last time Brendan was on, I wore my octopus t-shirt, and I should have saved it for this. I fucked up.
It's all right. It's all right.
You framed it after Brendan was on.
Yeah, well, you could still get your banana shirt.
Yeah, next time.
Gotcha. And then to the right to Diego, we have our first guest, Anna Shields. How you doing?
Hey, good. I'm Anna. I play Midge in the movie. Yeah.
Cool. And to the right of her, I'm doing this Zoom clockwise. Tori Richardson. How are you doing?
Hi there. I'm good. I play Ruth in the movie.
Awesome. Thank you. And to the right of her, we have Liam Haley. How you doing, Liam?
Good. Liam Hawley.
Excuse me.
All good. No worries. And I play Dell in Devil's Triangle.
Awesome. And we have a returning guest. He's been here a few times before. Brendan Petrizzo. How are you doing, Brendan?
Oh, hi, guys. I'm awake.
Oh, yeah.
And to the right of Brendan, we have, Veronica. Don't want to mispronounce your name.
Veronica Issa.
Issa. Thank you.
Yeah, so my name's Veronica and I play Cadmus.
Awesome. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. So Devil's Triangle is a mockbuster from Asylum. We had an early screener from Brendan. It comes out as of this.
I have to throw that in there. It's a full-on original movie.
Oh, excuse me.
Mockbuster.
Thank you. But yeah, as of this recording, which comes out Monday, it comes out Friday, Black Friday. So yeah, just let's go right into it. How is it making this? Because it seems like had some different locales, had some different sort of filming on a beach in this Atlantis-like setting, and just tell us about the movie, Brendan.
Oh boy, well, it was on the slate for a while, and it was just sitting there, and no one really wanted it. And I was at first like, I don't know about this. And then, I was like, this could be fun, this could be crazy. And I got my friend the job writing it. And he's a really good writer. His name is also Brendan. So everyone thought for some reason that I wrote the script on set. I'm like, no. So he kind of came up with this fun, crazy, wild story. And yeah, and then, then the whole problem was we had to make it. So then I got everyone here to help do that. And, it was a fun, crazy 7-day shoot at the end of July. And, I think we all had a lot of fun. It was, we had a beach day in there where we all got sunburnt. For like 4 of us, there were 2 beach days. But I think, we filmed everywhere. We filmed in Orange County. We filmed, in LA. We filmed, everywhere.
Nice. And just for the panel, who got the most sunburnt?
I didn't get that bad. So
One of our wardrobe girls got very sunburned.
Oh man. Yeah, I felt terrible for her.
Yeah.
Her leg swelled up and stuff.
It was
God.
really horrible.
Yeah.
That was bad news.
Yeah. Jeez. No, yeah, I don't think. Did any of us get it that too terribly bad?
I think Morgan got like, remember she got like a patch or something. She had like,
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I think some of us, when putting it on, were very haphazardly in the spraying it. So then it just looked like a continent red mark on our back, just where you missed it with sunscreen.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. I mean, yeah, you always gotta, especially on shoots, always gotta bring the sunscreen, of course. But yeah, what was the most, you say you filmed in Orange County, you filmed in LA. What was the where was that beach location? I'm just curious.
well, it was kind of like two different beach locations. So there's this one beach in Orange County called the Wedge, which is where we filmed most of it. And then we did a pickup day up in Malibu. So Malibu and the Wedge, but mainly the Wedge.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, it looked pretty great. I'm not sure if anyone's a fan of Lost, but it kind of reminded me of that opening for the plane wreck. So yeah.
Oh, Lost. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, wait, Lost. I'm missing this shit. I love Lost. Yeah.
No, it's all right. Yeah, I mean, we're big Lost fans, so this I really enjoyed the opening. Can you guys talk a little bit just about this is original Sci-Fi Channel, original film. Can you talk a little bit just about kind of making this like something that's unique, something that Asylum, you guys do, do an original film, but then you also do mockbusters. But yeah, what made this like different from just the usual, some of the other slate of films? I'm just curious, and just crafting the characters as well and making them original.
Well, I mean, they let me do what I want, which is always but it was kind of like a few different kind of movies. It was a shark movie, it's a monster movie, but it's also like an escape from New York type movie. But what do you guys think?
What was the question?
Oh, just kind of making these characters just like making them like original, making them breathe and everything in this story.
Oh, yeah, I thought it was a lot of fun. I thought Brendan definitely, as crazy as everything always was, Brendan always had enough time to come over and like talk us through scenes and give us advice and like direction, on different things. He was always willing to talk things out with us and also let us like kind of build the character on our own and then be like, oh yeah, I really like that. So I think honestly it was just like the freedom that sort of the atmosphere, like all the actors for the most part, we're just like chilling for the most like every day, but everybody else is running around and there's crazy stuff. We have to get so much done, but I feel like we all felt very comfortable and like free to try things and make our own choices. And Brendan really allowed that, I think, which was nice.
Yeah, and I wanted to touch on that as well. Like, especially with shooting this movie, it's 7 days. It's so fast, and I really did appreciate that as well. It's like Brandon, no matter how many times it was just so intense and chaotic, he would always take the time to be like, okay, to make you feel heard, which was great, because then it's like, cool, then I get to bring my magic into the character and not necessarily just be like told what to do. So I really appreciated that. It made it really fun to do.
That's absolutely right. And I remember even I was being a little stubborn with one scene because I had to like, I'm crying through a lot of the movie, but Brendan, like we were just shooting so fast. He's like, okay, who's got the tear stick? And I was like, no, Brendan, please, can I cry? I love doing it. He was like, oh my God, go for it. And then
So
he
Brendan
was like,
just
are you ready?
punches her in the stomach.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Perfect.
And also the attention to safety, because we're moving so fast. And I had a scene where I had to like fall down and it's like, are you okay? Wait, let's just make sure that she's okay. And I'm like, thank you.
Yeah.
This girl against the bars of the jail, and I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna get like an email tomorrow, but
You're like, please don't kill my actor. Please don't. I need her for the next scene.
I recall that. That was
And
funny.
like on one of the first, I think it was the first day. Brendan had never heard me scream, but like on the first Asylum movie I did, the cops actually came.
Oh, okay. Okay. Which movie was that? I'm curious.
Apocalypse of Ice.
Okay.
Or you were next to when you guys filmed that, you were next to
We were like a block from the police station, and they like heard screaming, but it wasn't the first time the cops had come when I screamed.
Awesome.
Well, that's good.
But
And
Brendan,
a lot of
he
those.
was
How
like-
many of those were
he was
during
like, we're gonna
filming
add
sessions?
I was
another
about to say they're on sets, right?
Oh, the first time wasn't.
Free.
I was just like in a house, and then like, and the neighbors thought there was too much. I mean, it's not
Trouble
funny. They thought like
past.
something was wrong,
Yeah.
but it's not funny. But Brendan was like, "Oh, we need to add another scene with you screaming," because like he's like, "Girl, you're a scream queen."
I think both you and Anna, Anna's was in like a studio, and yours was on the beach. And
Mhm.
I remember both of you guys when somebody just like when all you do is joke around with somebody, and then all of a sudden you hear just like this blood curdling scream. You're like, oh shit, that's terrifying. I just think that's an impressive skill.
Yeah. Did anyone note? Did anyone come on the beach or get startled or anything like the previous film or
I came up.
for the screaming?
well, wouldn't say we were startled, but we definitely had that one crazy guy who just
Imposter.
Yeah.
I
Oh.
missed him. I was so bummed.
See, now you guys have to say the story now.
Veronica, you were or did you come in later in that day?
I was
No,
there.
I was there. Yeah, I was
Just 'cause
there.
Dan was
'Cause I thought he
very
was part
upset
of
about us
us.
filming on the beach.
There was just a lunatic guy who kept hassling everybody and being an absolute obnoxious pain in the butt, and
Sheesh.
then like would like just continually walk through. And then Brendan or whoever was there, like I saw him when he was leaving, but you guys were dealing with him for a long time before that.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. I don't know how much of this I can say while being recorded, but
however
who
however much you want to.
a location. We obviously had no money, so we permitted to film there, but we didn't permit to lock down the beach. Most people are pretty chill. Every once in a while, you get the psychopaths and all that. In this case, the psychopath had kids, but it's Orange County, so and it was one of those, when we were filming really fast, like we had like a 30-page day, but we were filming pretty fast. But, I mean, in the back of my mind, it's like, okay, well, if we fall behind because of him and we have to do another pickup day, and it looks like the reason we're behind is him and there's no other factor, well, looks like he'll have to pay for the pickup day. So it was one of those where like I knew that like even if he like slowed us down, it's like whatever, you'll end up paying for the pickup day. Like
Yeah.
so.
That well, it's not as bad as I'm not sure if you remember on Arctic Apocalypse, Brennan, where the police copter kept circling and circling.
Oh my god. I wasn't on that one. I was
Oh,
yeah, I was in post for Monster Hunters and
oh, okay.
moving and all that.
Gotcha.
Was that helicopter just like a circumstance, or were they like, what is going on down there?
No, it was some sort of like on Arctic Apocalypse, there was some sort of like chase or some sort of like a police standoff, and copter was circling because that was filmed at a studio, or excuse me, a stage in Canoga Park. So yeah, deep in the.
I think we did a day there. Was it at Central City Studios?
It was a place that's no longer there. It was Dual Visions Sieges.
Oh,
Yeah,
never mind.
gotcha. But yeah.
I had a quick question for Brendan about you mentioned like it starts off like kind of like a shark movie, monster movie, disaster movie, and then you get to Escape from New York. Escape from New York is one of our favorite films in this podcast because
Yes.
Who doesn't love John Carpenter? Was that like a big touchstone for like the look of the film? Because like it's a smaller budget film, but you give it like a nice like texture with like the lighting and everything to really differentiate the areas.
Yeah.
And if Escape from New York was one of your touchstones, like what other film inspirations did you have going into this?
Well, I would say definitely. I know that Raiders of Atlantis was a big one on the writing side. I know Brendan was really like that. I wanted, you know, kind of that like 1980s like Italian grindhouse movie vibe to it. I think filming wise, I'm a huge fan of the movie Inherent Vice, and I think
Just saw that last night, actually.
Inherent Vice
mm-hmm,
with Joaquin Phoenix.
yeah,
Dope.
I think my favorite movie of all time. So because this movie was very, I mean, as you all have seen, it gets wordy in the middle. And I was like, you know, it has a lot of story in Inherent Vice and had a lot of story. And I was like, there are ways that they crafted those scenes. So I tried to take elements of that movie and put it in this and, you know, but yeah, so I think Inherent Vice was a good one. Obviously Jaws.
Notice the Jaws reference.
There were quite a few.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there were others. There were, you know, I have to say this. There are a few Easter eggs in there.
Mhm.
There's one from Monster Hunters, which I'm not going to say what it is, but there is a Monster Hunters reference hidden away somewhere.
Okay.
There is also, I don't know if this is I don't know. But there's also a movie I was supposed to direct that I couldn't because I was doing a different show. And we had this whole scene with like a killer plant and stuff. So hidden in the movie, in plain sight, there is the killer plant model that we were going to use. So there's some little Easter eggs hiding, you know, all around there and stuff like that.
Very cool. Any because I know you're a Corman fan, any Corman references that I might have missed?
Well, I'm trying to think for a minute. You didn't see his cameo on the airplane?
It didn't actually.
All right. I'm kidding. With Corman, and not really. I mean, yeah, I don't know. No Corman references in this one.
Okay. Gotcha.
I mean,
Yeah.
well, kind of. Actually, you know what? Yes. The whole opening sequence of the movie, and then the little bits and flashback pieces in the middle. That's Corman. That's all Corman.
Okay. No, it's all right. Yeah, and you know, I'm just curious for the writing. From that reminded me a lot of you know, it had a lot of lore. It had I loved all the, you know, flashbacks to this all this like backstory and everything. Reminded me of like a lot of like In Search Of, if anyone's ever seen that with Leonard Nimoy, where they're going in search of like Atlantis or anything. Like it really kind of hit that sort of like sci-fi channel vibe, you know.
Brendan also, I believe, called Tori a scream queen. So for the cast members, you have any like big inspirations for like, because this is like sci-fi horror genre, like mixed mesh. Any big like genre actor inspirations that you went into this project with?
For the screams,
Yeah, the screams, the acting. You're like, I want to emulate that character from that movie I love, or something like that.
well, you guys go first.
Well, okay, I'll go first. It wasn't until I kind of dove a little bit deeper into my character that I realized that I was kind of emulating or taking bits and pieces from, I don't know if you ever guys have watched the show Lucifer, but I think her name's Maz. She's like one of the demons, and she's really loving, but at the same, like, and very loving and very loyal, but she's kind of a bitch. So, and like kind of mean and will kind of like kill you with her bare hands if need be. So I felt like I was kind of going in and out of that character. I mean, I don't know if you guys have seen it. You guys were like probably like, what? I don't know what you're talking about. But if you have, then it was definitely from that.
Nice.
That's dope. I feel like
Yeah,
I chatted
and-
with Brendan about this exact thing, and I think we kind of landed on Harrison Ford Indiana Jones style character, which is funny that you guys bring that up because I don't know, my guy's like a geologist, right?
Mhm.
Yep. Yeah. He's the best in the business at geology, and it's so I was like, you know, it's kind of like a guy who's supposed to be this scientist guy, but also Indiana Jones is not at all what is his job? He's an archeologist.
Yeah,
Yeah,
archaeologist, professor,
I would bet that most
adventurer.
archaeologists are not like shooting people and like killing, like, you know, on a daily basis. So I think we kind of landed on that sort of like that personality type.
Gotcha. Anna, did you have any inspiration for your character of Bitch?
Not really. I mean, I think it was pretty like spelled out in the script that her family means a lot. And then I think I was just kind of basing it off of the character of Sam, which I think was originally a male, right? And then we switched it to a female, which was cool. Just like, you know, I'm being leveraged to get Sam to do something. So I was kind of basing a lot of my stuff off of her and how she thinks family's very important. So I'm just kind of idealizing our sisterhood.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll go last. My character started out, you know, simple in the beginning because she's like a honeymooner, but then she gets this like revenge stuff, and it turns out she can fight. And with the revenge stuff, I always kind of like think about Liam Neeson and Taken.
Okay.
Yeah, 'cause he's like really grounded, and, like not a lot of like yelling, but like really intense. Not a big yeller.
Just a screamer.
Yeah, just
Blood curdling.
Blood curdling screams.
Okay. Well, question, because I loved all the production design, all the like the props and everything. The sets were really interesting. What was the most interesting set or prop you guys had to interact with? Like the trident. I love the gun or the flamethrower. Excuse me, flamethrower that William Peterson has. That looks so cool. What was the most interesting as an actor to interact with, prop or otherwise, on this film?
Brendan killed it with the locations. Like they are also cool.
Yeah.
The Abnormal Arts place was just super weird and creepy. And then the house we shot at in Newport, or not Newport, or Newport Irvine, like no, in Orange County. It was just so beautiful, like hand painted walls, like crown molding, just like intricate designs. Super gorgeous.
Yeah, that was crazy. When we went there and saw like all the, like there's statues and columns and I don't know that. How the heck did you find that, Brendan?
Well, there's a website that we use called Gigster, and we tried to find stuff here in LA and we couldn't, so I just kind of expanded the search. I don't know who found it. I don't know if it was me, Ramiro, or Jim, but someone did. And it was one of those where it's like, okay, this could work. And we were like, well, it's also near the beach we're shooting at. And, you know, we were just kind of like, let's do it. It's far, but it's worth it.
That and the trident, though. I didn't even like hold or touch the trident. I think they kept it away purposely.
Yeah.
But that thing was freaking straight up metal and sharp as hell. And I feel like I was like, man, that looks legit. And also Myram, the guy who plays the king, is just like, he is a Viking and he is just a massive dude, and holding that straight up legit metal trident. I was like, man, okay. That is terrifying. Yeah, I would actually be really scared.
I know. I think there's one point where I was supposed to, I think even Jordy and somebody else was holding those, and I was supposed to like kind of break through. I was like, no. Like they would kill me in 2 seconds.
Well, that's the thing I felt about the king character, who's like, oh, like they just found like an actual Viking, like from up north, and like, do you want to be in the movie? And he was like, I'll have to ponder this, you know, like it didn't.
It's a pretty good Myram impression.
Yeah.
It's crazy too because he's so sweet. Like on set,
Dude, nicest guy.
Yeah.
We're going to wrap up the interview in a second. Let's get some last questions out of the way. As we were teeing up this last half of the interview, Brendan just brought up a cut scene where Anna fights a shark. You both have to talk about that now.
Well, we were just shooting some swimming around stuff, and people getting eaten by sharks. And then, yeah, I guess in the sides, I was like, oh man, I saw him gonna beat up a shark. And I think originally it was like first I stabbed the shark, and then I like beat it with driftwood, and then we were like, no, you know what? It's gonna pop out of the water, and I have to punch it. So I was like punching the air and trying to follow with my eyes and the nose. And I actually was not the best swimmer. So when Brendan sent out that email, I went and I practiced for like hours in my gym pool. And my buddy Chris was so sweet. He sat there for 2 hours with me and was like, okay, Anna, like, this is how you go underwater. So breathe out. Don't just hold your breath. I was like, all right, I'm a pro swimmer now. Now I really like it. But yeah, it didn't make it in, but that's okay.
So in the gym, security was just watching you on their cameras, like flail and attack a fake shark that was not there.
Dicks, I was
For
like,
hours?
no, I need to look panicked. So it's just there was like this very elderly man who kept whistling, like blowing a whistle every time he got to the end of the lap.
The
like he was taking it
lifeguard
serious.
who he thinks you're
It's not
drowning.
the No, so he was trying to do laps, and then he just looks over at me and stares. So I'm like, shark, but got it done.
They think you're probably like a YouTube prankster, dude.
I know. Whatever.
Yep, good call.
That sounds fun. Question: how is it working with Fred Williamson? I really enjoyed the scenes, like, just the fact gave him a cigar, a flamethrower. How cool was that, guys?
I'm gonna let Liam start with this because I know Liam and Fred get along very well. So I'm gonna have Liam start with that, and then we'll go down, and I'll make a comment at the end.
Man, I think Morgan answered it very well in the Q&A section at the theater. I was like, man, Morgan's good at answering questions, because it is kind of like, yeah, you're just you're dealing with he's an older gentleman who's we are very, I feel like, as you age you're less adaptable, and so it's kind of like you got to meet him on his level of whatever he's doing at the time, which might be anything, who knows. And that was fun. It kept you on your toes. Like sometimes you'd just be like, all right, now let's just improv this, and you'd be like, okay, whatever. And Brendan was also very like chill with that, which is, I was blown away by that, because if you just, I have never decided to do that on my own accord and just say, what, actually, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do an improv scene. And the director, I think if the director would say, okay, bye. And but Brendan just rolled with it, and it was fun. Like I think he's just kind of like he reminds me of my dad, or like just like, I'm just gonna do this. That's fine. It's like, all right, sounds good. Let's do it. It was fun. Tori actually was like joking with him constantly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tori, speak on that.
I had fun working with him. He works really hard. He was really excited to like get into his character, and he was excited about like the backstory. I don't think he'd ever worked on something where like the scale of the pages in one day, it was so intense. He was like, whoa, like this is crazy. And like the asylum world is crazy, and there's a lot of really talented crew and cast members who make it happen.
One thing I totally forgot when watching the movie was that a lot of his scenes in the sub were all green screened.
Yeah.
And I was like, I totally forgot that he wasn't there that day. That was wild.
Yeah, I know we were acting with just the empty chair, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
But
really
it looked like seamless. I was like, oh man, like when we were shooting, I was like, oh, all right. Like I trusted it, but then seeing it, I was like, wow, I would not know the difference.
Did you remember that, Anna?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because Dylan reminded me of that after the movie, and I was like,
Oh.
he was like, man, that looked really good. And I was like, oh yeah, I totally forgot. That was wild. It was really cool.
Yeah.
No, it sounds like it. Yeah, I mean, yeah, the the ending and the, these guys are escaping. Yeah, it seemed really fun. And yeah, I guess the power of editing really pulled through. Just CGI Pluto.
I know, especially with the Hydra. I remember that last scene, and we were so rushing, and it was like, okay, it's over here, and we're all looking here, and some of us are looking here. We're like, no, Hydra's over here, and we're like, wait, and then it's like, and it's just like amazing because it's like then you see it, it's like, oh, okay, that makes sense. But when you're in it, you're like, what side am I looking at?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Look,
it is crazy. I've never worked with so much green screen. 'Cause, a lot of what, I've done a lot of horror, but it's like we usually like make the monsters and it's like a lot of practical effects. So it was so cool to work with the green screen. I remember even one of the first days I talked to Brian, he was probably like, who is this? Because I was like, oh man, I'm so excited to see the Hydra. He was like, honey, it's gonna be like a tennis ball and a stick. So, right, obviously. But, yeah.
I will say when we all run out onto the dock,
Mhm.
like that was a green screen part, and it's I won't give any spoilers away, but like it's at the end of the movie, and when we run out onto the dock, I was like, when the heck did we film that? Like, did I just like block out this memory or something? And then I was like, oh, duh, you idiot. Like, of course, it's a freaking green screen. I was just I am insanely impressed by what Asylum like special.
Oh no.
we lost.
Yeah, we'll have him pick that up when he gets
Well, the
back in.
fell on him. There's nothing we can do.
All right, it's coming back.
Now
with
we'll
a
have to green
vengeance.
screen him in.
Green
Sorry.
screen him back on the podcast.
I think he was praising the special effects though, which for like Brendan did this in 7, like the whole crew. Congrats for doing this in 7 days,
Yes.
because that's just like nuts. You did a whole movie in 7 days, and I don't even know how you're like alive and not exhausted from that. So props to all of you for that, like sincerely, because it's a big deal.
Mhm.
I know that Tori and Veronica have done they've done the 6-day shows too.
Oh,
Damn.
dang.
Congrats on that. My God.
Yeah.
The stamina, like that's insane.
Yeah.
You know what? Especially with when you have a crew that gets along so well and everybody is so sweet to each other, then the pressure isn't as much. And it's almost kind of like everybody's on the same wavelength. And Brandon, like I have to commend you, like for all that work you did in such a short amount of time. Like you always had a positive attitude, and it
Mhm.
really kind of like it kind of affects us all in a good way, because it's like, oh yeah, we can do this. And there's a lot of times it's like we were rushing to get like more shots, or we had to stay later. It's like trying to fill all these things in, and for some reason it didn't feel like it was anxiety ridden, because it was like, okay, we all got this, we're all going to work together and make sure that we all can accomplish this as like a unit, just because we got along so well. And it's a breath of fresh air when things like that happen, because it's not all the time.
Also,
Yeah.
welcome back, Liam.
Got Liam.
Congratulations.
We were
on your
joking.
return.
Yeah, we're joking that that you got killed by the shark or something.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a close one. I think he might have attacked my router instead.
Speaking of things to look out for, upcoming projects. You guys just wrap this up on this one, but what should we be on the lookout for? Everyone in this Zoom call, apart from Gene and I, we'll just be here. But for everyone else, Brendan, let's start with you. What do you got coming up next? Or can you talk about it?
Oh.
Well, there are a few things brewing in the work, most of which I can't talk about, but all I'm gonna say is I've always wanted to do a tiki horror movie. So I'm just gonna leave that there and go with it how you will.
Okay. Anna, what do you got? What's coming up? What should people be on the lookout for?
Well, one of my monster movies I wrote in them in called Dawn of the Beast got licensed by Shudder recently, so that'll be on there.
Congrats.
With my Bigfoot one, Monstrous. And then we have the title that changed. I never get to do the title. I wrote this one too, but My Best Friend's Dead. That one got licensed through Lionsgate, so that one they never really tell us when it'll come out, but it'll be in a couple months. And that one's more of a horror comedy with like a resurrected demon. I'm like a demon that comes back to life, but I'm really passive aggressive and annoying to my roommate. So It's called, yeah, whatever.
No,
There's some roommates like that.
Wait, what? It's called-
Yeah.
yeah.
that sounds fun. Liam, camera's on you already. So what do you got?
Okay, so I'm looking for what it's called because it's actually a thing that Morgan, who played my wife, Brendan, what's her name? What was Morgan's character's name?
Vera.
Morgan. Oh, Vera, yes. Vera. Morgan played she directed a web series, a couple episodes of a web series that I was in. I think it's called Shortcomings, and so that's going to be out on I assume YouTube or something coming soon, and that was really fun to do.
All right, looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Tori.
I have a fun short that my friend is writing and I'm helping her with that we want to film at my house. My house is like really weird. And then a film that I like associate produced helped cast last year. We're like finishing up post now and that'll be out next year. They're gonna try to sell it somewhere, I don't know, but it's called Unk. And then some other fun stuff, like some horror stuff that I can't talk about.
Oh, okay. All right. Very, very cool. And then finally, Veronica.
Yeah, so it's pretty excited. I just had a movie that was released about a week and a half ago, I think now, called A Stalker in the House, and I play someone who gets, of course, stalked by someone. And then I start filming a low budget film in January. I don't know if I can talk about it, but I can say I play Hitman, so I'm really
Ooh.
excited. Yeah,
Hmm.
she's pretty badass, and she's sarcastic and hard
Stalker
and
to
cold.
stocky.
Hey.
Full
So I
circle.
got to get my gun training in again. So we'll see. I'm excited.
Is it kind of like what you did in the Fast and Furious, like that, or like super cool, badass, like?
Yeah. So she'll be like someone's like kind of right hand man or woman, I guess. But she does all the killing, and she got the job because she stole something from him, and he was so impressed that instead of having her killed, then he just hired her as his like. But she's just super cold and bitchy, and I love it because it's not who I am. So I like to like
Yeah,
something
I was gonna
completely
say,
opposite.
you play a lot of like really intense, like violent people for as sweet as a person. Like, man, yeah, everybody on set was just super sweet, and I remember, yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, looking forward to everyone's projects. And then for the listeners, just to follow those projects up, where can people find you at? Social media that you want to share?
Anna's gonna go first.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I laugh all the time. I have an Instagram. It's hi banana Anna, and there's 2 A's, so you finish banana and then it's Anna with 2 N's.
Cool.
Great. Mine's Liam Possible, just LIAMPOSSIBLE. Yeah, on Instagram.
I also have an Instagram. It's Torskis, TORRSKIS.
Nice.
Veronica.
Oh, my turn. I was like, wait, who's
No, it's
next? I just don't want to talk over somebody. Veronica, it's Veronikazi. I don't know why I haven't changed it. It's been like that for so long. But it's Veronica, VERONIKA, and then ZZY.
And
Cool.
Brendan's address is
You all know we always have our party. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. It's the same thing. It's Brendan BRENDAN, and then Petrizzo PETRIZZO.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. And thank you everyone for joining us for this like packed Zoom discussion. Bearing with us with sharks attacking the routers, Zoom links. But yeah, I appreciate everyone's time and being here, and really excited for any listeners to check out the movie, which comes out Friday. November 26th.
Mhm.
So, Brendan, where can people watch that?
In theaters. But also, if they're not in the 5 places it's going to be in theaters, they can watch it at home where you can rent movies. Like iTunes. It'll be basically anywhere where you can rent movies online. You could just type it in and it'll come up. And we'll
Okay.
in the Asylum Instagram like link, they'll have places where you can do it. So if you're like, I can't find it for some unknown reason, you can just click that link and it'll take you to whatever website you want to use to watch it.
Awesome. Cool. All right. Diego, do you want to play us out?
All right, yeah. Oh, I always have to read the links out. Okay, so that's The Devil's Triangle. Everyone go check it out this weekend, Thanksgiving. I'm sure it'll be fun with your families if they like monsters and movies inspired by Italian grindhouse films. I do, so I'll be showing it to family members that are like, "What are you showing me?" And I'll be happy about it. But you could find the rest of the Waffle Press stuff over on YouTube, SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, and Patreon, where you can listen to all episodes that are coming out early. Some writing on Ted Lasso, the season 2 that's still coming out. Gene, what else was I working on? I don't know. I was writing some stuff. It's been a busy month for us. More retrospectives also. Check out the Happy Amblin retrospective. Don't forget that's the Steven Spielberg, Adam Sandler podcast retrospective, and we're going places with that one. And again, thanks to everyone for joining us on this very packed discussion. It was tons of fun. Congratulations on the film and good luck going forward. We'll be looking forward to whatever else you all do.
Yeah, good luck, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.